Okay, I think it's recording. Um, Hi. Oh, my head's crooked. My name's Alexander Lexon. I play Pokemon TCG. I'd like to say competitively, not professionally. Close, close. We're coming. We're getting there. Um, it has been about a year since I've done any content creation, excluding streams. I'm not gonna count those because I have streams. Um, but I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and I kept procrastinating and just feeling unmotivated. And then I would have a bunch of ideas like, oh my god, I'm gonna make this so cinematic and everything. And after thinking about it a little bit more, I think it's just better to be me, camera, nothing else. No editing, no extra takes. This is literally gonna be raw footage, one take. And if I mess words up, oh darn, that's just gonna be how it is. But I kind of just wanted to talk about like where I've been this past year, um, what I've done, like different life occurrences, updates, I don't know. And just trying to see where I'm going, I guess. I don't know. I'm 20. Like I have so much time still with everything, not just Pokemon. This is a video more about Pokemon more than Pokemon. It is just about my life and the experiences I've had. Not my life specifically, like more realistically this past year. Cuz like there's some stuff that people will never know because that's just me. And that makes sense, like everyone's got their secrets. Uh, but I don't know. The last video, I don't even know. The last video I posted, I think it was about like Mamoswine EX, not gonna lie, which is fine. The last real video that I was really excited about that kind of did okay was my Palafin EX video. I think I won like two online tourneys back to back with it, and I was like, oh my god. Also, I gotta pause us. We got 67. Oh, maybe. It's not gonna show. We got 67 subscribers. Oh, 6 7. Sorry. Uh, you should totally go subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch, by the way, or my other socials. Besides the point. Um, but yeah, the last real video I made was the Palafin and Mammoth video, and that was right before Atlanta, in the 2024-2025 season, I think is what it was. Yeah, 2024-2025. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I want it to be known. I quite literally have my notes app full of like big life events, including both Pokemon and non Pokemon. So my starting point for this is Atlanta Regional. I had a lot of fun that regional. I didn't know what I was playing the entire time. I did the full grip 6K for Journey Together. It was the very first 6K. Did not do good. I played like Hops or Celadon. I probably have a deckless picture somewhere. I don't care enough to show it because it was bad. So going into it, I was all over the place. I'm like, I could play Arceladon, but Arceladon sucks because Golden Go. And part of me was like, let's play Noctowl, Terrapagos, Arceladon, and some random bullshit. And for a long time, I've just played Palafin as a pet deck. I haven't like at all this year, which I'll get to. Um, and my partner at the time, we're still really close friends. Let me make this known, because we did break up at one point. That was later down the road, but I wasn't gonna mention that until later. We're still good friends, but I remember it was like 2 a.m. the night before the event, and she goes, "You should just play Palafin," because we went to like this big market area where there's a bunch of food and a bunch of places, and we saw a tarot deck, and it was like sea creatures themed, but the very first card we saw was a dolphin, and we were like, this is a sign. And there was like a few other dolphin random things that happened throughout that week that were like, oh my god. So for the first time ever, I was like, instead of trying to prepare for the meta, I'm just gonna say, screw it. Palafin's fun. I enjoyed the deck a lot. I probably still would if I tried it again. And it wasn't horribly positioned in the meta at the time because I was like, okay, there's cards like Practice Studio and Max Bell and whatever to one shot the stuff that's over 250 like Golden Go. And then there was like Terra Box and Raging Bolt were big. So like it had its positive matchups at times. It was just bricky. I played it with like Pekrunt, Weavile. I think the Weavile was from It was in. I don't think it was Obsidian Flames. I think it was Paldea Evolved. It was like when it went into the active, you brought up one of your opponent's actives. But I played it with the Dead Unsparse engine and Dead Unsparse EX as well, which is broken, by the way. I still think Dead Unsparse EX is broken. Um, but so yeah, that regional, I made it to the win in. I made it all the way to win in round. I think it was round 8. I can't remember. I hard bricked game 3. I opened both my peck runs and nothing else, and it was just rough. But I was very happy. I went against a very well known player at that tourney, and then a guy that had gone to Worlds a few times, who wasn't as well known. He kind of took a break and getting back into it, and that's the guy I lost to and winning in. So that event was a lot of fun for me. It gave me a lot of confidence that I can pilot these weird, just weird things, and it was just really eye opening for me because there was a lot of people that were cheering me on in general that I had barely known, and it just felt really heartwarming, you know. It really like gave me hope with both myself as a player and the community that like I can get somewhere. Maybe it's not as a content creator, but as a player, you know what I mean. Um, so shortly after Atlanta, I moved back home from college. I also dropped out of college. I didn't do much in my I'll be totally honest. I didn't do much in my college. Um, I was really unmotivated. I regret wasting all that money. Um, I was pretty depressed at the time too, which like isn't a valid excuse. I could have dug myself out of it, but yeah, that's just how it was, and I didn't really try at all, and there was no point. Like, if I went back another year, for second year, whatever, it would literally just be me repeating every single class, and that just wasn't worth it. Um, I ended up going to the Milwaukee Regional around the same time I moved back home. I did not do good. I played Blissey. I built Blissey the like a week and a half before. I won a weekly night. Then I won a cup the next day, and then I got third place because I went into overtime against Raging Bolt at another cup the following day. And I'm like, I'm just gonna play Blissey. And then my round 1, I hit like Charizard Noctowl, which was not meta at the time. And I made a bunch of misplays that day, and whatever. It's my worst regional ever, and it's gonna probably stay like that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I haven't had a worse regional since then. I have only improved since then. Um, so after Milwaukee, the next like big event I have is I broke my ankle. For those that know, I have like a motorcycle. It looks like a moped. It's an automatic motorcycle. By law, it's considered a motorcycle. I don't care. It's my transportation. I got an it's kind of like an accident. It's not really relevant. I broke my ankle. It sucks. A week after I broke my ankle, I did get broken up with, um, which really sucked because being cooped up inside all day already sucked because I was not able to work because I could not work at the job. I was in a store bakery at the time. Um, so I was really, really depressed then. And most of my high school friends and I didn't really talk much because one's a big streamer on TikTok and the other was busy with work, getting ready for college, and I just play Pokemon and that's like all I do in my free time. Not gonna lie, so I did stream a good amount that summer. Um, so yeah, I lost my job after the broken ankle. There was just no way they could fit me in, and I got auto terminated from inactivity. After that, I started like job hopping essentially, and as much as I can't be picky because the job's a job, I'd like to try and be respected as a person, especially in the workplace. That's just me. Not even just in the workplace, like in general. I like to be respected. Like, I will treat you with respect if you're treating me with respect, kind of thing. And if you're not going to do that, I don't care enough. So I was hunting until like about December. But Pittsburgh Regional happened. Um, I made my very first day too. I was playing on EV Box. I played a lot of EV Box. Actually, I lied. I forgot some stuff. We're backtracking. I broke my ankle. Shortly after that, the college I went to was over in Mansfield, Ohio. Highly recommend you go play Pokemon there because it's pretty cool. I really miss my people in Mansfield. But they do a thing called the Dented Cup. It's like a double elimination bracket. Um, there's no ties. It's best of one until semifinal. I think semifinals and finals. It's one of the yeah. I ended up winning the entire thing with Toad Scroll out of all things. I was very happy with that. The day before, there was a big 5K, and I got 18th at that out of like 100 people. I went against, I think it was Hendrick in round two because I had a round one bye. Um, I got smoked. I, I was dead drawing a little bit, but it was also against Grim. And like on that paper, Toad Scroll seems favored, but like if you just play the slow game with Grim, you just wipe their board easily. And then my win in was against Gabriel Smart. What a goat, by the way. He was on Guardy, and that's not a terrible matchup. And we were going through it, and this is part of the journey that really marked like my confidence and my ego and my mentality for Pokemon is when to trust your gut and when to not. If I went with my gut, I would have won the set and gotten into top eight. And I decided I'm gonna play logically and not trust my gut. And then I I played like research because I needed like E switch and energy, and I needed double E switch. I had one E switch in hand. I need to hit two energy and another E switch. I still had like 20 cards in deck probably, and not much else to find the energies and everything. So I'm like, I'll play smart, try and set up for another turn, and then I hit the stuff I needed off the research and whatever. I was very proud of those that weekend. Still am. Okay, so now jumping back, Pittsburgh. After Toad Scroll, I switched around decks a lot. I went to Grimmsnarl at one point, and right after Grimmsnarl, I went to Eevee Box, Ian Rob version from Milwaukee with Sylveon, double Sylveon, Nova Leafeon, and I hated it at first. So I switched off it. That's when I went to Toad Scroll, and then I went to Grimmsnarl afterwards because Grim was a lot of fun. One of my good friends, Sam, she was also on Grim, and I didn't know what else to play, and I'm like, oh, I'll just play it with you. I ended up getting top 8 at the first Full Grip Cup. I think I got top 4 specifically. I can't remember off the top of my head. A lot of fun. I wish Grim was playable now. I wish I played more of it when I could. But after that, I started focusing more on Pittsburgh, and I didn't really know where I wanted to go because Golden Go had just done really good at Worlds, and Grim was bad in Dango. And I didn't want to play Guardy. I didn't want to play like a BDIF. I wanted to play just I wanted control. I guess I don't know what my mentality was there, but one of my friends at the time, he was telling me that I should play Terror Box with him. And I'm like, no, I don't want to play Terror Box. And I was looking more at just where the meta was shaped. I'm like, I want to play it. I told him he should play Eevee Box. He played Eevee Box. He really liked Eevee Box. So then he convinced me to do it. And I really liked Eevee Box. I ended up making day 2 at Pittsburgh. I did pretty well in my opinion. There were definitely a few misplays, but very, very happy with that regional. 3 weeks later, Milwaukee regional happened again. I also made day 2, back to back. I was the only one in my group this time around. I was very, very happy with that. Um, let's look at my notes. After Milwaukee, I got a decent job. I was a manager at a gas station. A Sheet specifically. Well, there's no point in just not saying it. I was working the second shift, which is a really awkward shift, and I don't recommend anyone working the second shift because it's exhausting and you literally get to do nothing with your day. It paid good. It was during the wintertime, and like I said, I have a motorcycle. My motorcycle, I was riding it to work anyways. I was putting on a bunch of layers and just saying screw it. Um, it ended up breaking down. The cold weather killed the battery, and I just didn't have the money to get a new battery. Because when it happened, I was just brand new still. So I didn't really get to do much with all the money that I was making because I was making about 1,200 a paycheck, and that was biweekly, and unironically, $600 to $700 of that was going just for me to get to and from work because of Uber. Um, Kind of unfortunate. So after that, January Toronto happened. Toronto had a lot of personal events that I will not talk about in this video. Very interesting events. But besides that, I made it to win it. I was on Zork. Two of my friends at the time, we decided we're going to same 60 Zork. I was having a lot of fun with it. Um, Eevee Box just didn't seem like a good play at the time. I kind of still wish I did play Eevees there because I think I would have been fine considering the matchups I had. But I hit an auto. I hit Ceruledge, which is an auto loss for Zork in round 8, and the person knew who I was, and he lived 20 minutes away from the venue, and he didn't even show up for day 2. So I was a little bit upset and a little bit salty about that. But I played really well. Like I played really well that regional. There wasn't off the top of my head and going through my notes earlier. There wasn't really anything that I would change play wise. Like it was just a clean regional for me. I went 5-3-0 or 4-3-1. I don't remember. I'm gonna backtrack again. Milwaukee, So Pittsburgh, I need to get into day two. Milwaukee, had to win, and I went against Terror Box against EV Box, and I played so well. I'm so proud of that moment. Um, so Toronto, it was whatever. Like it sucked, but I played well still. I got a few points. Cool. Um, I can't remember if it was before or after Toronto. I think it was after. Full Grip had a cup. It was their quarter three cup specifically. I was really bored, so I played Genghis Khan Buffalon with Crussell. I played. There was three cups I went to that weekend. There was Friday night. I placed second. I don't want to talk about it. I lost to one of my buddies. Hard, just bad. It was bad. Um, and then the full grip one, I placed second. I lost to Jesse Parker in finals after beating him in Swiss. I at the time in the current 60 at the full grip 6K, I prized my Crussell both games, and it was a one of Crussell. It was a 2-1 double, and I could have leaned more into it, but I don't know. It was close, ish. Um, oh well, but I got my 5K qualifier invite because of the second place cup finish, which I was very proud of. Um, Jumping forward to about early-ish March, like I think it was March 8th or March 10th. It was one or the other. I ended up losing my job. Uh, don't really want it. It was just personal dumb reasons. I had issues with a coworker, not like relationship issues. Like we just did not get along, and it was funny because I was actually filing my HR report when I got the call that they were letting me go. So I thought that was ironic. I'm like, okay, you got to me before I got to you. It is what it is. Um, Shortly after that, though, I was given a move out date um, by my parents. I don't think anyone in the comments will say anything against my parents because I'm not going to get into too much details, but I'm happy they did. Um, I needed to figure out how to get my life going on my own, and I still am very much so. Um, but they did so much for me while the time I was staying there, and even when I wasn't staying there, like when I was in college, they did so much for me, and I can never be mad at them for giving me a move out date and just being hard on me. I just can't. It's just unreasonable for me to be mad at them. Um, Shortly after that, though, I was still kind of job hunting for a hot minute. I did get the bike working before the Orlando regional. And then 3 days after I got the bike working because I bought a new battery, my starter relay stopped working and it completely drained the battery. So I had no money for the starter relay, and I was like, well, crap. And this might have been after Orlando. I can't remember. Um, so going from for the Orlando regional, one of my buddies at the time, we decided we're gonna same 60 EV box. We were between decks all the time, back and forth, and I convinced him that EV box was still reasonable to play. He went 0-3. I did manage today too. Round 13, I was at table 25. I was against Christian Labella. I think I won game one. I could pull it up. I'm too lazy to pull it up though. But I think I won game one specifically. And then game two, I went for a really risky play, and I got punished hard. And then game three, it was close as well. So he was a really chill guy. I love the guy. He complimented me a bunch afterwards, and we were just laughing like I shouldn't have made that super aggressive play. And then my round 14, I want this to be known. On the second day specifically, I went 3-0, lost to Christian Labella, and then my round 14, I prized quadruple knockdown game one, and then double fan rotom game two against Raging Bolt. So I kind of just was like, man, this sucks. But I was very, very happy with my performance. I didn't tie at all. My opponent didn't want to tie initially in round 8 of phase 1, and he wanted to tie towards the end when I was winning, and I said, nope, I'm going to take the win. Thank you. Um, so that was cool. Um, After that, rotation happened, and I kind of just didn't know what I wanted to play. So I was just messing around. I hopped on Festival Lead. I didn't get a cup win all season long, but I got so many top cut finishes, and I was so mad about it. And then I switched to Festival Lead, and in the span of a month, I got all 4 of my cup wins. And I was like, okay, well, this sucks. Like, it sucks because of that. Of course, with Festival Lead, not the deck that I wanted to with EVs. Um, I got the bike working after, I don't know when. It was after Orlando. I got the bike working again. I bought the starter relay. Maybe it was like 2 months ago actually. I got the starter relay. I thankfully had warranty on the battery, so I exchanged it. Got a new one for free. Um, the Chaos Rising 6K happened for full grip. I ended up getting top 8. There will be a video posted. I've been procrastinating about that too. Um, yeah, it was just a lot of fun. I'm really proud. I earned a second invite that way, technically. I'm proud that I earned it the harder way than the cup way. Maybe I'll get another one at the pitch black one. We'll see. That'd be pretty cool, not gonna lie. Um, I got an apprenticeship position now. It's a baker's apprentice. I'm back in a bakery, I guess. I don't know. But it's good hours. The earliest I'll ever go in is like 3 a.m., which sounds bad, but then realize I get out at 11 at latest. But like right now, I'm working like 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then I think next week they're having me come in at like 4 a.m. for working on donuts, and then 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. is what I would be doing there. So it's definitely a big sleep schedule adjustment. Um, Trying to move out was difficult because I didn't really have any money saved up. I sold a lot of cards. I pulled a Bubble Mew a few months back. I sold my Bubble Mew. I sold my Ace Trainer, the main card itself, because one of my buddies, he collects Mewtwo's, and there's a Mewtwo cameo in that card. So I got to keep the little back card, which is nice. At least I have a piece of it. Um, so that pretty much covered like everything for my apartment for this first month: security deposit, insurance. It was like almost 2K together. Thank the Lord I was able to pull it off. Um, this is where I am currently. I'm in my apartment. I'm very much have more to move in. Like I still don't even have my bed. I have a futon as a couch, so I've been sleeping on that. I'm not gonna move the camera because, oh well, you get the point. You can see there's some stuff still packed and all over the place. It's a mess. Um, right now, I released today on my Twitter. I announced my streaming schedule and when I'll be posting videos, typically. Um, so that's a big step for me. I've been wanting to actually lock back into it, and my job at Sheets kind of just drained all the energy I had from me. Additionally, I'm looking into trade school currently. Probably HVAC, plumbing, or electrician, just because they pay well. I want to be able to support a family when I'm older. Um, that's kind of where I'm at. I just, I think it's crazy where, like the point of this video, like the title is quite literally gonna be where I've been and where I'll go, or something like that. I don't know, but I've had a lot of life events happen in general that it's just like this is really shitty. But then it just turns out okay. And I just think that's weird how life works like that. I don't know. This is like me almost getting philosophical. I think that's the word. I don't know. But I I feel really good starting going into next season for Pokemon itself, yes. But just this new chapter of my life, like it's still very scary. I am still very scared. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing, but I'm learning a lot, and I'm starting to get better. I think both mentally and just as a person. A few months ago, my main friend group dropped me. Um, they said I wasn't a very communicating person or communicate. I don't know. I have struggle communicating at times. I'll admit. Um, and they said I wasn't. They think I had some maturing to do, and they found something out from my high school past. I don't know what it is specifically. They don't like it. I don't know what it is. They won't tell me what it is. So be it. I don't know. Um, but ever since they did stop talking to me, like life started just like getting better. I guess I'm not saying they were the issue of my problems. They definitely weren't. They helped a lot, and I'm thankful for them. I just I think I learned kind of to not care as much, which like sounds bad, but like a lot of the days that like like I said, I'm struggling to get this new sleep schedule for work and everything. So like I'll wake up at 4 in the morning and I'll get like 3 hours of sleep just because I slept horribly. It's like I should just call off because I feel bad. And I've just started like programming my head or in my brain to just say screw it, and that's the last that I have, and then I get up and get ready. It's not even just that; it's just everything that I'm starting to incorporate with, and it works. It sucks that it works. I think looking back a year from now when I first started recording those videos and publishing like the Palafin video, I think I've changed a lot. Um, I think I have matured since then in different ways than I expected. Um, it's definitely been a big mental health journey, uh, and it still will be. It always will be. There's going to be highs and lows, um, but I think I am starting to enter a new high in my life, and I'm very excited for it. I have a lot of faith. I just am really hoping things pan out how I want them to. I still don't fully know how I want them to pan out. That's the best part is I can do whatever I want, and that feeling to be able to just be like I can do this today whenever I want. It's just so freeing. There's like I think with this new chapter so far, it's just I've realized I have no strains. I'm free to do what I want whenever I want. If I want to go eat the tub of ice cream I bought at Dollar General earlier, I'll go eat the tub of ice cream. You know, I don't know. I'm I, I'm I'm happy. I think emotions are difficult. I think I'm happy. Um, back to Pokemon talk specifically. This season was a great season overall. I demolished every single one of my goals. I made multiple day twos back to back with one of my favorite decks, if not my favorite deck of all time. It will be getting framed when rotation happens because there's still a chance EVs becomes playable again. Um, I got all my cup wins. I got all my challenge wins. Max out locals. I ended the season with 440 championship points, which I'm happy with. I'm happy with. It's more than last season. I again, my goals were day two, max out locals, and I did that. I've met a lot of really cool people this year, both just from like local scene and on socials. I've met up with a lot of cool people. They've really been there for me. I'm super thankful for them. I wanted my goal. One of my goals as well was to become known, and I still could always be. I could be an Azul GG. Like there's always. I could be the biggest streamer in the world. Whatever. It's not the most realistic. I've had a big impact on some people's lives. A lot of the kids at my local store. I'm very close to them. I'm very close to their parents. They come over frequently. We play cards frequently. Um, it's been giving me a sense of like almost a sense of purpose, I guess. And I don't know. I'm happy that people know who I am, whether it's good or bad. Obviously preferably good, but I don't know. I'm just entering this new part where I don't want drama. I'm just having fun. Like, yes, I'm competitive. Yes, I want to win. Yes, I want to make world championships. But I'm having a lot of fun now. Like, I don't know why. I just randomly started having so much fun. I'm like, dude, this is great. I don't know. So, I guess the point of this video was more for me than updating any of you. Uh, just so, like, I can see where I'm going and where I've been. And I don't know. One of my biggest fears in life is like not being able to leave a mark on something, whether it's small or big. And that's the cool thing is I have such a like, we'll say limiting name because like there's not very many Lexans out there. There is, but there isn't. Like if you look up my last name on Google, on the very first page, you will see stuff about me, and that's pretty cool. Uh, so I don't know. I think this is just more for me in a sense of comfort, almost this video, and I'm very excited with where things are gonna go content wise. I already have some challenges in mind, um, but yeah, I'm where I'm wanting to go this rest of this year and following forward is I want to get back into school, whether that's trades or actually college, probably trades. Um, I want to make sure I'm able to get a car. My goal is to get a car around my birthday, which is late September. That it would be needed, very much. It's been needed, and I've just kind of not had one. um, I kind of just want to keep growing as a person, mentally specifically. Uh, Smaller personal goal is I want to start working out again. I felt good when I worked out, and I'm kind of skinny. I need some meat on my bones, you know. So, Pokemon wise, I just want to make day twos again. I would like to. I've been super close to getting top 128 finishes. I've bubbled because of resistance a few times. Um, my goal is to just top 128 this season. I think my baseline. I think that's reasonable. I know I'm capable of it. I very much can do it. Um, Ideal. It would be a miracle to top four. We'll say top cut a regional. I would love. I think compared to where I am from last year with the mentality I've developed, I think I can. I think I definitely can top cut a regional as of currently speaking. I think I could win a regional as long as I have luck on my side. Maybe that's my inflated ego talking. I don't know. Um, that's really it. I'm not gonna lie. The ending's kind of boring. I know. Again, it was just me talking. I'm sorry. This isn't like, oh, let's look at decks. You know, and the formatting is probably weird with my camera because it was being weird. I just said screw it. We'll reset it. So I guess like my final thing I'll leave with is just learn to be independent almost. I don't like I started to learn to not rely on others for anything, which like sounds toxic, but like how can you support others if you can't even support yourself? Which like you definitely can support others without supporting yourself, but like there's still a mental thing there, you know. You got to be able to get your mind around it. And I'm still getting my mind around it to be totally honest. Um this might just be me rambling this entire time. I'm not going to lie to you. Um but yeah, I'm excited where things are going to go. I am happy I've been able to turn things around for me this past year. Uh, but yeah, I think I'm going to kind of leave it like that. I will say, because I day two'd, I don't remember if I put it in my past videos. I told myself my first day two, I will get a tattoo of the Pokemon, like the main thing. And I did get a tattoo. Um, I didn't think a day two would happen as soon as it did. And I told myself originally the original goal was let's get a tattoo every day two I get. No, we're not doing that. Because now that I know I've made three day twos in one season, out of four regionals by the way, and I almost made day two on the on the one that I made to win it in. I think I'm gonna do like minor goals, so maybe like my next one will be top 64 or something. I don't know. But yeah, my very first tattoo, I only have one tattoo. I'm gonna get more eventually. That's besides the point. But I will stand up so I can show it off. But I got this dope Flareon. So, oops. Yeah. I'm very happy with it. I love it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess like what I'll leave the video with is just keep going. Like, and that's so basic to say, but like if you just keep pushing, things get better. And one of my buddies was telling me that for a long time. I'm like, dude, no, it just feels like it's getting worse. And there were times where it was quite literally getting worse. But seeing where I am now compared to a few months ago, I don't think I would. If myself from back then, from a few months ago, saw where I am now, I don't think I would believe it. I just don't think they would. I've yeah. There's just always a way. Like both in Pokemon and real life, there's always a line to winning the game or succeeding. Period. And even if you still manage to lose, there's still stuff you can learn, and you can still just at the end of the day, you did your best. That's all you can do. At the end of the day, if I put in my best effort, I'm happy, and I think that's what a lot of people need to be, and how they need to think. I think we need more positivity right now where everything is, and there's not enough positivity. There's a lot of hatred, um, And I'll be honest, some of that has come from me, and I'm trying to get better with that. I won't lie. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay. I think that's gonna be it for now because it's a 35-minute video, and I need to eat dinner. So if you're not subscribed to any of or following any of the socials, you totally should do that. It'd be so cool of you. You don't have to. I appreciate it though. Uh, yay! I will get a Discord server posted into my bio here soon. What the frick was that? Uh, and then I will also get other socials plugged, and we're gonna. This is gonna be a good year for content. I'm really gonna work on it. I promise. So okay, Gain. I'll talk to you later. Bye.